Okay, guys, we are back on the Mythmorph server. We're back inside Old Biddy's vegetable garden. This is the last of the onions that we dealt with yesterday. Sorry, I had to adjust my mic here. So that one's dirt, this one's onions. Oop. So we're going to harvest this one up. We'll open the inventory. We still have the planks and the mallet. We did get 6 onions out of that one that time. So we're not going to worry too much right now about dumping these off. We're going to jump on the cart. Got a few different things planned today. Going to work on finishing up this section of pasture, but this one, let's go ahead and get off, disembark. This one needs to come down. Let's get, well, we don't want the mallet. We're going to activate the maul because it's going to be a little easier. So I just finished watching Old Biddy's video here a little bit ago, and I started watching her, or I guess I should correct that. I finished watching Old Biddy's video on Wurm a little bit ago, and then started watching her video for the infected. Let's see. Oh, well, I don't remember. I think we still have some shafts. Yes. Okay, so we're going to grab those up. We need 2 of them. And the onions can actually go on the cart. Okay. So she was over on my private server. Oops. Get the mallet. Doing some stuff on her deed over there. And she's talking about expanding it a little bit. Wood fence gate. My wife just told me she's currently watching the video, so what was I doing? Oh, yeah. So we're going to continue working on this one. I need a nail. Doggone it. Oh, hit the wrong button. Open the cart. Okay, we've got nails right here. So we're just going to grab up what we can. There we go. And it's probably going to tell us we're too doggone close. So we're going to move down here. Now to grab the planks. All right. Get this one moving. So she mentioned another content creator. I haven't seen any of his new stuff, or I haven't seen anything from him in a while. But I did actually watch quite a few of his videos. This would be Gamer for Life. To me, he kind of sounds a little British, but I could very easily be mistaken. I've been known to be wrong in the past. Thankfully, the wife is currently watching a video and has her earbuds in, so she doesn't hear me say that I've been wrong before. Uh, but I do have to agree with what Biddy was saying in her video. Gamer for life, even if he hasn't put out any new content recently. I don't know what he's up to. I know a lot of his videos are older videos, but they're still very, very, very pertinent. Um, the game has not changed all that much, and he did a ton of tutorial videos. Um, what I may end up doing, if I can hit the doggone right keys here, what I may end up doing is kind of following in his footsteps. Not right away. I would have to actually get prepared for the videos and all that stuff. But I may actually follow in his footsteps and do a full-on tutorial series as well, following his lead. So what I mean by that is basically taking the information he gave and just kind of, you know, video for video. Why do I need a shaft? Did I not already finish all the shafts? But basically going video for video, if hypothetically speaking, if his video number 59 was on the basics of combat, then I would want the, number 59 for um, for my series, my tutorial series, to also be on combat. So I'm gonna need, oh, there it is, carving knife. I'm gonna need in here, I only need one. Can we just take one? Apparently not. Not that way anyway. Doggone it. You know what? Let's just take two. And we'll let's open the crafting window. We're going to put the knife in there and the two logs in here. And we need shafts. Let's go max and create. I haven't really decided if I want to go that route yet or not. I've already got a ton of stuff that I'm doing. Trying to uh, trying to get the private server or public server, whatever you want to call it, um, where I want it, with the mods that I want and all that stuff. Good gravy, inventory's full. Yeah, okay. Well, I think they're in there. Or they were in there. Maybe they were in the next one down. I don't remember. Um, that takes up a lot of time. Plus, dealing with my dogs, my roommates, my job, my wife, you know, my son moving out and having to um, essentially clean up his room and whatnot, get it prepared for being my office again. It all takes time. Plus I've got church going, I've got band practice, I've got meetings. Yeah, there's just a lot going on. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time for that. If I go that route, then I'm gonna have to basically kind of do it either on a here and there kind of basis, or I'm gonna have to cut out 1 or 2 days a week doing this series, so that I have time to do the tutorial series. I may just do 1 or 2 tutorials, um, like on Sundays, and the rest of the day would be Iron Man series. I haven't quite decided yet, but either way, it is an idea. I know I have to devote some of my time to, what in the world just happened? My cart just moved. I have to devote some of the time to, well, 21's going to have to be enough for now. Um, to uh, the various series that I've already got going. Some of my time's got to be devoted to um, the server maintenance and getting everything set up and all that stuff. Um, there's just so many things all at once. Well, mallet, that might help. And then there's also all the things in my personal life. So again, I haven't quite decided yet, but once I get everything set up in the office, um, and I'm actually able to move forward, I think that's when I'll make the decision. But for now, let's just focus where we're at and see what happens. Um, since there's not a whole lot going on with this particular series, I mean, we're just building a fence right now, um, and we've got some mining planned and whatnot. But this is going to be a pretty simple episode. Um, I figured I would talk about the personal server, private server, public server, Seattle Sanctuary. I'd talk about that a little bit. Um, After work, I did log on for just a brief minute, um, and I noticed that Biddy was on yet again, and she did make a comment. I commented on her video, and she replied, I guess is the best way to put it, um, about turning that doggone mouse bug, um, turning her alt that she accidentally logged in with to start with, um, who also happens to be the same alt that she uses as a GM on her own private server. I mentioned the possibility of turning her into a GM on Seattle Sanctuary, but she'd have to, be willing to help other people out and whatnot. Um, she seems amenable to that, but had one request, and that was that, and obviously, neither Biddy nor myself are against helping other people. Obviously, we enjoy playing the game. We like putting out these videos to encourage other people to come and play the game as well. So yeah, of course we're going to be willing to help other people. Um, the caveat is that if we are doing videos, if we're doing a recording, obviously we're not going to be able to help anyone else out. The recordings come first, and then the help. Now, if it comes down to it, I wouldn't request this of any of my GMs, and frankly, I'm the only GM right now. But as we progress, like I said, I've already asked Biddy to step up and be one of the GMs. Um, I wouldn't ask her or any of the other potential GMs in the future um, to stop their recording to go help somebody out and then continue the recording. That's not what being a GM is about. Sure, some of you may disagree with me, and that's fine. You're allowed to disagree, but this is ultimately my decision. I am not trying to be rude to anyone. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. I am not trying to dishearten anyone in coming to the server. In fact, exactly the opposite. Um, I want people to come to the server and play and have fun. Learn the game, enjoy the game. Um, Jump on a server that doesn't really have anyone yet. I think the last time I checked the database a few days ago, um, So far, there were like, I don't know, 15 character names registered. So I don't know how many of them are alts. I don't know how many unique IDs. I didn't go that far into it. But for all I know, it could be me, Biddy, and one other person. Um, Down the road, I would like to see a lot of other people with the understanding that you could very well be jumping on and playing by yourself without any kind of help. So don't be discouraged if there's no one on that can help you, or if you know that Biddy or myself are online and we're not responding to you, or what have you. Um, More than likely, we're probably taking care of a video. We're doing a recording, something. What I will personally do, see, I will watch the GL Freedom chat. That's the global freedom. I am requesting that no one sends a private message to anyone unless you've talked to them in the global freedom chat first and gotten their permission to private message them. It is not written in stone. It's not anything that, um, you know, it's not in any of the rules anywhere. I am just simply encouraging that that's what happens. So rather than discourage people from playing, if you need help um, on my particular server, the things that I'm requesting, not demanding, just simply requesting. Open your character tab. Right click on your little paper doll guy down here and go into manage. Oh, it popped off on me. And then go to profile. Okay, this has all of your settings in here. Mine are set up specifically for this server. I have not set them up on my alts on um, Seattle Sanctuary yet. But turn on CA help. Sometimes it's turned off by default, but it's right here under other chat options. Show is default, but for whatever reason, my Iron Man guy doesn't have the help channel. My other alt doesn't have the channel. I have not turned it on just yet. I do not know how Mythmore Prime has it set up so that these two tabs automatically pop up, but I'm looking into that. I would like to have a server information tab and a server staff list tab available for people when they log in. Yes, I do fully understand that some people don't want all the tabs. They want to just get on and play, and that's fine. You don't need to have the tabs open. Yes, it's frustrating. Every time you log in, you've got to, before I get into that, there are other settings in here. I encourage you to go through, check your settings, make sure everything is correct the way you want it, showing, denying, ignoring, hiding, turned on, turned off, whatever the case may be. But I encourage everyone to turn on the CA help on Seattle Sanctuary, because I'm encouraging everyone to be able to jump in and help other people, whether they're a GM or not, whether they're admin or not, whether they're moderators or not. New people will come onto the server from time to time, and they're going to have questions. If you have the answer, if you're willing to help people out, I'm encouraging you to jump into the help and help them out. If that help is not available, if that tab is not available, you're not going to be able to see the help. If it's not popping up for new players, which currently, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be, they're probably going to have questions and they're going to drop into the GL Freedom chat, or just the standard Freedom chat. That's fine. I will be personally watching for any communication in those tabs, and I will respond whether I'm on my GM character or not. Even if I'm doing a recording, I will pop in and say, hey, look, I'm doing a recording right now. I should be done in a little bit. If you can hold off, I will happily come and help you if it's something that they need me to physically help them with, or if I need to jump onto my GM character to be able to do that. If I don't respond to you right away, or Biddy doesn't respond to you right away, please don't be discouraged. Just know that we are busy. We probably saw your chat. Maybe we didn't see the chat, and we haven't gotten around to it yet, but we will try to help you where we can, when we can. The same goes with other content creators. If there are any other content creators on the channel, lag spike, then I encourage you to do the same thing. Open up your GA chat or your CA help and help people out where you can. If you can. If you're in the middle of a recording and you don't want to help anyone, it's not a requirement for any of my staff. And currently, my staff consists of me. But with that said, I'm still looking into other modifications. I'm still looking into little tweaks and whatnot for the server, mostly betterment of life type mods. There is a whole list of mods that I'm considering, and a list of the currently active mods, along with the ones that I have not yet implemented, but I have decided I'm going to put on that on Seattle Sanctuary, over at wurmunlimited.com. That's WURM hyphen unlimited.com. In the search bar, type in Seattle and hit enter. I'm the only server that pops up. If you go over, you'll get the you go in, you click on the on Seattle Sanctuary when it pops up. That'll take you to the server page. That gives you all the information, the description, the all of that stuff. For website, I do not have the official website up and running yet. That's probably a little ways down the road. For now, the website address listed is the address for the map, the live map, the online live map. That gets updated, I believe, roughly every hour, but don't quote me on it. I try to update it as frequently as I can. It is in the settings for the server to be updated regularly. It does not require a server restart to do so, and the server gets backed up every night. I was going to do once a night on Fridays, but I decided that we probably need to have it backed up every night. So as soon as I dial in the exact time that it reboots, I believe it's set to GMT 0 or whatever. So I have to account for that in the settings when I tell it what time, because I want it actually resetting at, it would be 1 a.m. every day Pacific time. So count on that in the future as the reset time for the backups, the server reset, the whole bit. So whatever time zone you're in, calculate what it is against Pacific time. So Biddy's already told me that I'm 2 hours behind her. So 1 a.m. would put it at 3 a.m. for Biddy. More than likely, she's in bed sleeping anyway. And that's why I'm trying to plan it for super early morning hours. Um, if you're um, in Alaska, I believe that they're 2 hours behind me, possibly three. I don't know for the exact time difference, but whatever the time difference is for you from Pacific time, so Los Angeles time, Seattle time, whatever you want to say it is, 1 a.m. Pacific time is what I'm trying to get it set up for. And that'll be every single day. The server will go down, do its backup, and pop back up. The entire server, or I'm sorry, the entire mod list for the server is on wormunlimited.com. You search for Seattle, go to um, the server page, and everything for the descriptions there, including the live map. There are several mods currently active. There are a lot more that are coming, but they're not quite there yet. Okay, so back to this real quick. So the fence is up, the gate is there. I'm going to go in to the mine for a little bit. Not without my pickaxe, I guess. But I want to go in and see if I can find some iron. So I haven't found iron yet. So let's first open this up. We're going to take this and all this stuff, dropping it in here. Actually, all of this can go in there. Okay, and we want the pickaxe. Now the log. Oops. Let's open the crates. The log can go back in that one. Let's take all of the excess tools. We're going to put those in the middle one, just to get them out of the way. Really? What does it say? It would be destroyed. Okay, so let's not do that. I don't need the statue on me just now. We can put the onions in there then. The planks can go in the top one. The shafts can go in the top one. The nails, we'll put in the second one down. We don't need you open anymore. Okay, good enough. Let's head down this way. Oh. So I don't really want rock shards, but at the same time we could use them for the paving. What I want, you know what? This dude was in here yesterday. I think he's stuck. I don't know. Either that or he's taking a whole lot of breaks in, can I push it? I can't. In the cave. I don't know what's so fascinating about the cave. Quit turning. No, I can't push him or anything, so... Ugh, that sun's getting in my eyes. Right, give me just a second, guys. Okay. So we have the rock salt, and then up here is the sandstone. So we're going to keep going. I keep hitting the E key instead of my W key. There we go. And just like Biddy was doing in her video, we want to make sure that we hit, or we double check on what hotkey it says each thing is for. Because I have had a few times where it's told me, tracking, for example, wasn't an option, and it moved mining over to 2 on a tile. And it completely threw me off. So you have examine, track, mine, which is straightforward, mine downwards, which is more like the entrance back here. Mine upwards. Oh, stop that. Don't do that. Which would be if this was level ground and we were headed up to the next level. Prospecting. And then because this server has the religion stuff set up, that you can pray in here as well, but it doesn't do anything that I've noticed anyway. So my server is actually set up at 27 hits. What I've noticed is that doesn't mean that that's when you actually break through the wall. That's when when it starts saying, hey, this wall's going to break soon. But I have had a couple of walls that have actually broken on 27. I've had some that broke on 34. So it's not a guarantee, but it's it at least gets you close. You know when you've hit that 27, when you start getting that message. I'm not 100% certain on what this server is set to. I believe official servers are set to 52. And Biddy said that her personal server, her private server, I think was 21 or 22, something like that. So on Wurm Unlimited, if you run the server, you can actually set that up in the settings as to how many hits you want to have it. A few years ago, I was actually on another server that it had the skills and the action timers and everything were just some ridiculous amount. And for whatever reason, they had the cave walls set, mining through rock, had it set to over 100. That's you're going to be digging at rock for a long time. But by the time you break through that first wall, you've already maxed out the skill. So I didn't understand that part. But that server is actually no longer around. I looked for it. It's not even in the list. It's not on wormunlimited.com. So I don't know what happened to it, but more than likely they got tired of hosting or paying for it to be hosted or something, or they got tired of the game and they just said, I'm done. I did have a private server before, and I think I mentioned this in a previous video. There, to my knowledge, there was only one other person that was playing on it, and if I believe it was called the Republic of Darrican, but I can't. Don't quote me on that. I can't really remember. That's it's an area in I believe it was a Forgotten Realms kind of D&D-esque map, like decades ago. Um, but somebody else that I used to play tabletop with um, decided to create a dwarf and found that spot on the map. And lo and behold, it actually was a dwarven community and or dwarven ruin or something along those lines. So it actually worked out really well for the storyline. But the name just kind of stuck with us because it was complete happenstance that he chose that name. Oh, there we go. It broke, and we've got nothing. Try again. Um, oh, actually, open. How many do we have? There's 40 rock shards in there. So it might be set to like 35 or something, or it might be set to 40. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So that person, if they watch my videos, I do apologize. There was no warning. Um, Real life just got in the way, and um, yeah, I couldn't afford to spend the time that running a server requires. And I got frustrated and said, you know what, just shut it down. Um, when it shut down, I think it was actually running for probably 3 or 4 months without me doing any maintenance to it or even logging in. So um, if there were multiple people, I do apologize. I am not planning on. Oh, sorry. I'm not planning on shutting this server down anytime soon. And honestly, Biddy has mentioned it in her videos a few times, or a couple of times at least, that if I was to ever decide to get rid of the server, that she'd want to take it over. So even if I wanted to shut it down, I don't think it could shut down. Um, she, I responded to her video. I was saying earlier about her becoming a GM, and um, I told her that you wouldn't have to shut down recordings or whatever, um, or you wouldn't have to help anybody if you're recording or whatnot. And she said something about uh, that she's enjoying herself so much on that server that she's having a hard time not playing on the server so that she can do recordings on for other stuff. And I had to chuckle. Then of course I get home and I know her videos are already uploaded for the day. And guess who's on Seattle Sanctuary? She's playing over there and kind of giving updates and whatnot. She doesn't want to do the same thing for both videos, both servers. So um, Seattle Sanctuary is kind of her place that she can just kind of go and play a little bit, and then when every other day or whatever, she can jump on and say, okay, this is what I've done. And then on her private server, she's going step by step with everything in her recordings. That way, her viewers don't lose out on any of the details or whatnot, um, and they get to see, you know, the difference in progress um, between her server and mine, as far as um, her being able to just kind of get in and get some stuff done and just cruise through getting skill levels and getting a bunch of stuff accomplished or whatever, and she can be proud of her accomplishments. Today she set up a little vegetable garden of her own, and she got doing some mining, and uh, I think she only got a couple of tiles in and ran into two different walls that were lead, so she had to duck around them. And then I think she ended up finding, what was it, sandstone or something. So she has to duck around that. She's looking for iron, and I could easily jump on and just say, okay, poof, there's your iron, iron vein right there. I just turn one of the lead veins into it, but I'm not going to do that because part of the fun of this game is actually dealing with the challenges on hand. Um, Seattle Sanctuary is set up with a lot more resource nodes than what you typically would get on most other servers. It is a fully custom map. Cave wall, cave wall, cave wall. Nothing there. Oh, but let's look here. 43. Let's go back one to this one. 40. Okay. I thought I broke through 3 walls. Maybe I only broke through 2. Yeah, it looks like it. So anyway, yeah, so it's set up where the map itself, I took the height map from a free source, which gave the general shape, and then I had to put down all the dirt layer, the different biomes. I added snow, and it actually messed it up. So I tried to pull that back out, and yeah, it said it was done, but it actually didn't remove it. And I didn't want to have to start over because snow was one of the last things I added, and I would have had to add everything all over again. But the um, ore nodes was it's a completely separate map altogether. Um, there's like, I want to say 7 different maps that are all involved in making a map, starting with the height map. And then you have the biomes, which include the dirt and the trees and the moss and all that stuff. You've got the topography map, um, the ore map. I mean, there's just so many different maps that all have to coincide, and they all start with that height map. The ores, the program I'm using allows me to modify the ore content. So I believe the iron ore typically starts at 1%. And if the iron ore is the only thing you have, 99% of the rest of your tunneling, your mining, your digging, your whatever is all rock. That's it. 1% iron. But there's other stuff involved. You have lead and tin and zinc veins. You've got gold and silver veins, and I mean sandstone, marble. Each of them lend a certain percentage. Well, most servers, um, unless they build a custom map, do not have adamantine or glimmer steel. Mine does. I added them in. Um, most maps, the iron content is only at right around 1%. My map's got 3. It's 3%. Um, the the well, basically in a nutshell, all of the veins were upped just a little bit to be able to add in glimmer steel and adamantine at a very small number. I think they're 0.3% or something like that. Um, all in all, everything, all total, 90, I think it's 91.4% of what you mine is still rock. So there really isn't all that much. But you still, if you start a mine and you're starting to dig through what you end up finding a lot of ores because of how compact they are. And it's a 4K map. So it's a large map. No, 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 no. Nope, 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 nope. Stop. Stop. Started mining downwards. I don't want to mine down. I want to keep mining forward. And then, of course, I made sure every tree, every bush, every, you know, except for mycelium, however you pronounce it. Um, I didn't put that on because that's an invasive plant and it will literally take over. There's no way to destroy it that I'm aware of. Um, Tundra. There's tundra in there. Um, the what's it called? Um, yeah, maybe it is tundra. Hmm. Anyway, there's um there's one biome that um it kind of looks like desert plants or what have you, and it's really slow to run through and whatnot. Well, even that you can get rid of. You throw down some wood planks over top of it, break the wood planks as flooring. You break the wood planks, now it's dirt. Eh. But that mycelium, as far as I know, there's no way to get rid of that stuff. Tar is difficult to get rid of, but there's plenty of tar, um, sand. Uh, Even though I tried getting rid of it, snow, um, clay deposits, and they're large deposits. So it's not like anyone's got to fight over resources. I didn't want that to be an issue. No matter where you choose to start, everything, for the most part, is going to be within a 5 minute run of, or walk, or whatever you want to say. Wurm has no sprint, so wall's going to break soon. Um, but everything's within 5 minutes of your deed. Every biome, every resource, probably in abundance, with the exception of possibly water. If you're not near the coast, I think there's only just a couple of lakes. Whoa, that went quite a ways in. I was just beating here. That went back. So I broke this one. That one's empty. That one's empty. So there should have been a wall right here. There should have been a wall right here. How weird. Oh, oh, that's right. This guy was mining here before me. I forgot. I apologize. It looks like he started going down right here. I don't want to go down though. I think we'll just leave that one. We'll go forward. So that must have been a cave in. So I do have skill gain set to 0.3, action timer set to 3.0 on Seattle Sanctuary. That kind of keeps it similar to the official online servers. It is a little bit faster than what Old Biddy Gaming does on her private server, but I wanted to keep it kind of comparable. Everybody starts out with one skill in everything. So let me see here. Okay, so pottery. I've never made anything on this character with pottery. I've never used a shield. That's that's effectively where you're starting. Say all these ones down here: hammers, thievery, war machines, archery, pole arms, all at one. I've never used them. Milling, archaeology, thatching. That's what all of your skills are when you first start off. Characteristics. See how my body, I've got 44.32. Mind is 32.66. Soul is 22.91. All of these basic characteristics start at 18. That includes body strength, stamina, and control, all at 18. Mind logic, mind speed, all at 18. Soul, strength and depth, 18. So when you first start off, if you're looking to be able to dig, for example, that's the best example I can give you right now. You grab your shovel, you activate it just like you normally would, but you got to find a fairly flat spot. With a body strength of only 18 and no skill whatsoever in digging, you can't dig a very steep slope. So what you do is you find a fairly flat spot, you dig one or two, you pick the dirt up, you drop it back in the hole. You dig one or two, you pick the dirt up, you drop it back in the hole. Tedious? Yes. Grindy? Absolutely. But you will get your skills up. And then you can start working on those other steeper slopes and what have you. And eventually get to the point where you're digging on a 35 or a 40 slope without an issue. Climbing tends to go up pretty quick. You do a lot of climbing. Prospecting, same thing. If you're doing a lot of mining, your mining skills going up, and you start doing a little bit of prospecting, your prospecting will catch up really quickly. Not really quickly, but respectively. We're going to see if we can get through this wall and see what's on the other side. And then I think we're going to call this one. I primarily just wanted to, get some rock shards out here so we can start paving, finish the pasture up. You know what? Oops, that's the floor. I'm wondering if that's a cave-in as well. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I just, I wanted to kind of touch base on some of the details for the server. If you're interested in playing on a very fresh, very open, um, unlimited server, you're welcome to come over. Um, please leave your drama at the door because I don't want to hear it. I'm willing to help anybody out, but I have a very, very short attention span when it comes to all kinds of drama and whatnot. Um, and I'm not above, you know, asking or giving people warnings, and if it just doesn't, if the nonsense doesn't cease, then I'll just ask you to leave. Um, Seattle Sanctuary is supposed to be an area where people can come and play and not have to worry about, griefers or, um, rude people or whatever. And I'd like to keep it that way. If you want to come and that sounds, like the type of place that interests you, then come on over. If all you want to do is just cause grief, or be rude to people, or disrespectful or whatever, then I ask you to find a different server. Um, and I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just I'm a very straightforward person. I tend to say things as they are. Um, I typically don't have an issue with basically anybody. I can work with pretty much everyone, but certain things kind of push my buttons, and I don't want anyone that wants to play on my server um, irritated because somebody is just being a jerk. If you want to come over and you want to keep away from jerks and rude people or whatever, you are more than welcome to come over. The wall's going to break soon. But like I said, if you want to just come over and you know be an a-hole to people, then I would encourage you to look for a different server. Enough said about that. Okay, cave wall, cave wall, cave wall. We did not find iron today. We will keep at this. At some point, we will find iron, because without it, I can't be a blacksmith. Let me see here. There's sometimes a little trick. Oop, oop, oop. Did I see it? There we go. So yes, see that? Multiple cave-ins. Multiple cave-ins. But there's definitely a tunnel there. Let's see. Will it let me look through the wall over here? Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. It's a glitch with the game. Oh, 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 oh. Come on. Okay, so it did go through a ways, and then it looks like it just stopped. And that's, I think that's the one we just broke through. So yes, this definitely goes down and through a little bit. So maybe I will clear this out and get that tunnel open back up so we can continue that way as well. But I don't know. I kind of like opening a mine and just staying on that level, and not going 15 different levels here and there and not knowing what you're dealing with, or oh, a brick. Um, Actually, I wonder if there's anything on this side. If we can find, which what we're looking for is basically a rock that's protruding. It doesn't look like. Oh, here we go. This one might show. Oh, just looking to see if. Oh, 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 oh. Hey. So there is one there. So apparently he tunneled in here, but that was it. Yeah, I don't see anything else that's allowing me to see through. Nope. Okay, so yeah, he had a little bit going on, but that was pretty much it. But that's good to know. So like I said, I can, the one that was over here, wherever that was, I want to see if I can find it again. As soon as I find it, I can mark it. Oh, there we go. Where are you at? Oh, that's not it. Nothing there. So what I'm doing is I'm actually walking into the wall. And because I'm walking into the wall, it's allowing me to move slow. See, if I square it up, I'm literally walking forward, but it's not allowing me to go anywhere. So just turn just slightly. Sorry, guys. Um, so we're going to go ahead and call it right there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We'll continue again tomorrow. I'm going to get up from here and start helping the wife with supper and deal with the dogs and all that good nonsense. Um, so yeah, that's it for today. Um, Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Sorry about that. Tomorrow we might be on Seattle Sanctuary. I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet, but we will figure that out. So again, thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.